over the summer, and they're very interested in Juan very much. Of course, you know, I've got great ties out at Arizona State. Larry Marmouth, the head coach, I roomed with him, played with him, a good friend of mine. And, of course, Jay Callum's out there, and I've been in contact with him 2 or 3 times this summer. So, but Juan is an outstanding athlete, 6'5", 227 pounds, got good speed. He can play football, he can play baseball, he can play basketball. He's got a lot of athletic ability, so he's got all the credentials and everything that they look for in a blue chipper. And so Juan is, again, he's got to put it on the field this year and play and perform as is expected, and maybe a little higher degree to take the Tomcats all the way and win a state championship. And I know that is in the back of the fans' minds and many people that, this is what is the ultimate goal to doing. And Juan is a capable young man who could dominate. He can be a very dominating force, both offensively and defensively. I feel like last year in many of the ball games that he himself kind of dominated the entire football game on both sides of the ball. So he's a fine young man. He's got a good future if he can stay healthy and everything works out. I think he'll have an outstanding year.
Well, let's talk about this game tonight. It's Raceland, and we're going to see a Raceland football team that was depleted on the line of scrimmage by graduation, but they've got their skilled people back. And when you have your skilled people back, you can usually come up with a pretty good football team.
Well, Dickie, I think Raceland, I don't believe they'll be as strong as they were last year because of offensive line. I'm like Coach Marsh. I feel very strongly about that. I think if you have a great or a real strong offensive line, you're going to have a good football team. I think you win football games with your offensive and defensive inside people a great deal. And I think he lost a lot there, but he does have his quarterback back. He does have a running back that back there. He tells me that his receivers are probably the best group he's had at one time. So I'm kind of expecting more. We have, yourself and I have talked many times over the last 3 years about the Raceland National game and expecting Bill Tom to come out and throw the football a great deal and use a lot of razzle-dazzle plays. And then not only that, incorporated with a good sound basic offense, in which he always has. And it's kind of not disappointed. Just maybe we didn't understand what his game plan was going into the ball game. So I think tonight, though, you will see the ball thrown more by Bill Tom and his football team, and I think you'll see maybe some sweet passes, your halfback throwing the ball, maybe some screens, and delayed to the tight end, different type of patterns I think you may see from the Raceland tonight to really stay competitive against Ashland, because they're going to have to score, because I really believe Ashland's going to be able to put points on the board.
I agree with you. What about the wishbone, Herb? Of course, Bill Tom runs it and has always run it, and he got that from you, and now the Tomcats have gone to the wishbone, and Vic and I talked in the pregame. It's something that he has not run. He's been a Veer-type offensive coach, but it's something he's not unfamiliar with. He does know a little bit about it, but as a coach, you feel comfortable in what you know best.
Well, I think Vic knows a great deal about the wishbone and the Veer attack. They're both basically similar in a great deal of ways, other than you have a 3-back offense or a 2-back offense. I think that basically when Ashland goes into, if they go into a wishbone and run out of the wishbone, I think what they're going to do out of the wishbone is run more power offense than a really what you call a wishbone attack, where you run the option, the counter options, and a lot of counters up inside. I think it'll be more isolations and load blocking with a double team, taking Juan Thomas and Charlie Johnson and blocking on a down tackle, linebacker, defensive end, trying to isolate those two players on an end or someone to block them out. And I guarantee you they can block anybody at State Kentucky, and probably most college players with those two young men blocking.
Well, that brings me to my next question. It's and you've experienced this. It's size versus quickness. Ashland has great size. As big a football team as probably you'll find high school-wise. On the front line, they average 6'1", 214. Offensively, defensively, 6'1", 230. That's big. But I guess what's going to hurt them basically might be quickness.
Well, Dickie, I don't know how quick Raceland is.
Right.
That'll be a determining factor. If a team that's real quick may give Ashland problems. Of course, as I say, I haven't seen Ashland play, so I didn't get to see them in the 2 scrimmages, so I really don't know what kind of quickness they have. I felt like last year at the end of the year they seemed to play much quicker, and when those kids are back, and I know that Coach Marsh and his staff have done a tremendous job over the summer of getting prepared and working on the weights and running, and their quickness should have improved. So it's really going to depend on the quickness of the other teams that Ashland play that's going to cause the problem. But if that's the case, Dickie, and the other teams are quicker than Ashland, then I think Vic has done a wise thing in lining up in a wishbone and moving Charlie back to the fullback, because now he can go in there and isolate it. He's not going to be able to out-quick anybody and get into the corners and run the options and the different types of things that he can do out of the wishbone. And if he runs it in there from tackle to tackle, he's just going to have to go power football and try to just get 5 and 6 and 8 and wear people down.
Well, we'll come back to Putnam Stadium, the meeting of the captains at midfield, and get started as Ashland meets Raceland in the opener for both these teams for 1990 in just a moment here on WCMI.
Addington, a name you can trust, a name you can count on. Addington employs over 700 Kentuckians in their family of companies. Addington mines high-quality Kentucky coal with a responsibility to its fellow citizens in reclaiming the land for which Addington has won numerous state awards. Described in Fortune magazine as one of the nation's fastest-growing companies, Addington is one corporate citizen that Kentuckians can count on.
I think of the Addington brothers and Addington Resources. I think of the words to best describe these gentlemen, and to me, it's their generosity and their vision. They're good corporate neighbors.
That's David C. McDavid, chairman of the board of the First National Bank of Grayson. He knows that when it comes to you and your environment, that Addington is making the future better today. Addington, with its model, environmentally secure sanitary landfills, its road construction and gold mining operations, makes Addington the leader. Addington, a name you can trust, a name you can count on.
At Armco, having state-of-the-art facilities is another of their strategic goals. Some projects to meet our goals have already been completed, like the Ashland caster and modifications to the cold mills. Armco has spent over $180 million over the last year to produce the quality products required by Armco's customers. Armco is spending money on various customer information systems, integrated technology, as well as on special information projects to make sure Armco has what it needs to lead the industry. Armco, America's steelmaker.
Give the officials and such. Well, we're back here at Putnam Stadium, and we're just about ready to play football. The Tomcats and the Rams here this evening as Ashland gets ready to take on Raceland. The Tomcats, of course, never losing to Raceland, but Raceland, of course, has always hung tough and played the Tomcats relatively even. In fact, probably outplayed them in the first half of the 3 games here in the modern-day season that they have played. I guess I'm a little bit disappointed in the crowd. And I think, just like I'll echo the coaches, Vic and Bill Tom and yourself, Herb, it's too early to play football, and the crowd's going to show it. It's just not football. It's just not football.
It seems like it's not in the air right now, Dickie. For some reason, it's, I don't know. I myself, I've always, at the first football game, really been all fired up. Maybe I'm getting so old I don't get fired. It takes me a little, maybe at halftime, about then I'll get fired up. But I don't know. It's, I just think it's too early.
I do, too. And I'm not ready for football with baseball still hot and heavy and so forth and so on. Well, I don't know. Well, the Tomcats are out, so are the Rams. I didn't pay any attention to the flip of the coin during the commercial, so I don't know who won the flip. David can give us our officials tonight because I don't have them.
Hi there.
All right.
Officials. Tonight, the referee is Jim Taylor. The umpire is Glenn Morgan. Linesman is Mike Felty. The line judge, D. Carpenter. Back judge is Keith Bramall. Ashland will kick off.
Okay.
I can't tell you.
I guess exactly they deferred, maybe. I don't know.
They could have deferred. Or I guess Raceland could have won the toss, too.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Right? Doesn't always have to be deferred.
That's true.
Good crowd on this side, Dickie. You probably can't tell, but this side is solid, both end zone to end zone. And I just came in from out front, and they are still lined, all 3 windows.
Well, maybe it'll pick up then. Well, the field here at Putnam Stadium is in excellent shape via Doug Childers. He's done another great job. The only problem here is on the home side sideline. The AstroTurf was going to be replaced, but apparently did not come in time, and it could be a problem tonight. It could cause some serious injury. It's nothing but asphalt. Hopefully that won't happen, but it could very well happen, and we hope it sure doesn't. Well, believe it or not, we're ready to play football. The Tomcats in maroon tonight, jerseys with gray pants, silver pants, white headgears, Raceland in all white. Back deep to receive the Johnson kickoff, and Charlie Johnson, by the way, has changed his number from 73 to 45. Safety on the left is Fletcher, and on the right is Newman. And the Rams clad in all white, and the Tomcats in maroon and gray, and we're ready to play football as we get underway with the first 12 here at Putnam Stadium. Crowd on its feet, and Charlie Johnson awaits the go-ahead. He's got it. Tomcats going left to right on your dial. Johnson approaches the football, and he gets into it high and not so deep. Bostic will come up and field it at his 12, straight up across the 20, cuts back to his right across the 25, up near the 30-yard line, and Raceland's got pretty good field position. The Rams will start 1st and 10, up near their 30-yard line. We'll call it the 30. 1st and 10 for the Rams. The quarterback will be Jesse Justice. The running backs in the wishbone. The fullback will be McCoy. The halfbacks are Bostic and Thompson. The flanker, or the split end, is Fletcher, and the tight end is Davidson. And Fletcher comes wide to the left side, the wide side of the field. The backs are in the wishbone as Justice brings them out. He's got the tight end on the left side as well. That's Davidson. 1st and 10, Raceland at their 30. Justice looks like he may be calling an audible at the line of scrimmage. Wides, he's going to turn and leave it off to Thompson across the left side and picks up 4 yards across the 35 up near the 38. 39-yard line comes Thompson. Nothing fancy. We'll give him 5. We'll call it 2nd down and 5 for Raceland up at their 35-yard line. Charlie Johnson going in defensively now for the Tomcats. He'll play a tackle, and Suman will come out. Fletcher comes wide to the left. As Bill Tom Ross signals his offensive plays in, he does not use a messenger system. 1st and 10, wishbone is tight. End on the left side is Davidson, the wide side. 2nd and 5 for the Rams at the 35. Justice spins, leaves it off fullback McCoy, spins for the 1st down, and they're just running over the Tomcats right now. Up near the 40, 41-yard line comes McCoy. Looks to be Raceland's first down, and they're not doing anything fancy, Herb, against Ashland's big defensive line.
No, they're just running right at him now, Dick. You look like Ashland jumped into 4-3 defense or 4-5 defense in their first series, their 1st down, and then come back and line up in their 50 defense, 2nd play.
2 carries, 11 yards for Raceland, and their first down up near the 41, their own. Wishbone is tight, wide to the right side now. Fletcher, the short side of the field. Again, Justice appears to be calling an audible as he brings him a line of scrimmage. 2nd man through, and it looks like Thompson gets a call, and he didn't get much, maybe a yard. Up near the 41, 42-yard line, I believe it was Thompson. It was. We'll give him a yard up near the 42-yard line. Call it 2nd down and 9 for Raceland at their 42. Clock is rolling. 10:20 to go. We're in the 1st quarter here at Putnam Stadium. Sun is yet to set. Lights are on, though. Jennifer. Wishbone is tight. Again, it's Bostic, McCoy, and Thompson. Wide to the right side, Fletcher. Football almost in the middle of the field on 2nd and 9. Justice last man through. Bostic, he's through the hole. Bursts across the 45 up near the 48, 49, and close to a Raceland 1st down as Bostic bursts through the right side and picks up good yardage up near his own 49 and call it 3rd down and short for the Raceland Rams. About 2 yards to go.
I think it looked like Herb Skaggs made the tackle.
He is 78. Yeah. Bostic, his first pickup of the day, goes for 7 yards. It'll be 3rd and 2 for Raceland at their 49-yard line. Wishbone is tight, wide to the right side, Fletcher. 3rd down and 2 for Raceland at their 49 as Justice barks it out the line of scrimmage. He spins, leaves it off, fumble in the backfield. He has to eat it. Back at his 46-yard line. It's still loose. Hutch got it. He may go. He's at the 10, 5, touchdown. We got flags, I believe. Touchdown. No flag. Chris Hutt picks up the fumble of Justice at about the 40-yard line and goes in for the score, and the Tomcats lead at 6-0. A big break in this football game.
Sure was, Dickie. Raceland was moving the ball fairly well, and then he fumbled, and that's in the last 3 years have been a thorn in Coach Ross's side. They've fumbled the ball away.
Justice fumbles the football. And the Tomcats lead it 6-0, and in to try the extra point. The soccer-style man is Clayton Hill with David Brown holding. David?
All right. Lines are down. The snap by Clayton Hill. He's perfect in preseason, and he's perfect again. He doesn't kick them long, but as long as they're perfect, it doesn't make any difference. With 9:21, the Tomcats score on a fumble recovery. Chris Hutt takes it in, and it's Ashland 7, Raceland 0. Back in a moment here on WCMI.
Are you you looking for a great price on a great truck or a great car? Then you want to head for Boyd County Ford Mazda Jeep Eagle, the hoofbeat of the tri-state. Boyd County Ford always has incredible savings on super sharp trucks and cars. Boyd County Ford has 1990 Ford Ranger XLT trucks complete with power steering, AM/FM cassette, tachometer, sliding rear window, air conditioning, cast aluminum wheels, 4-cylinder 2.3-liter engine with 5-speed manual overdrive transmission and more, all for just $86.88 after rebate. Or maybe you'd like the 1990 Ford Tempo 4-door. Boyd County Ford has it complete with AM/FM cassette, air conditioning, automatic transmission, power locks, polycast wheels, tilt cruise, electric mirrors, and a 2.3-liter 4-cylinder engine, all for only $97.88 after rebates. So you see, the place to go for a great truck or a great car at a great price is Boyd County Ford Mazda Jeep Eagle, the hoofbeat of the tri-state, 2119 Greenup Avenue, Ashland.
Ensuing kickoff taken by Fletcher at his 10. He's running up the right sideline across a 15-20, sidesteps a man and headed up the sideline and finally out of bounds across the 25 at about, well, he might have gotten up to the 27, 28-yard line. Looks like he stepped out of bounds. The Tomcats have still not had the ball offensively, but lead it 7-0 on the 40-yard fumble recovery by Chris Hutt to go the distance. Ashland leads it 7-0. This is the first score, by the way, by Ashland in the first half in the last 3 years.
Is that right?
Hadn't scored against them. In fact, it was 0-0 last year. In the previous 2 years, Ashland trailed 6-0.
And the defense did it.
And the defense did it. First and 10 as Raceland starts at their 26-yard line. Again, Wishbone is tight. McCoy, Thompson, and Bostic. Justice is your quarterback, and they got double tight ends now in Davidson and Fletcher. No wide out as they call it first and 10 at the 26. Justice spins, going to leave it off. Last man through. Looks like maybe McCoy got the call, and he doesn't get much. Maybe up near the 28, 29-yard line comes the fullback, McCoy. A tough break for the Raceland Rams as they cough it up on their first series. And Ashland recovers and takes it in for the score. Second down and 8 as McCoy picks up 2 at his 27-yard line. Bostic, Thompson, and McCoy in the backfield in the wishbone. Again, both ends tight, Fletcher and Davidson. As Justice springs from the line, Raceland has yet to throw it, and they've got some good receivers. Here's Justice. First man through again, McCoy. He bursts across the 30 and pops up near the 31, 32-yard line.
Dickie Ashland jumping from a 50 defense into a 4-3, moving their defense around pretty good.
Reason for that is?
Well, I heard they were going to experiment a little bit with the 4-3. I guess to give them an extra linebacker, Dickie. I'm not sure. Maybe the personnel probably dictates a lot to your defense you're trying to do.
Against the pass, basically?
Well, I don't. Maybe that's what they're trying to gear it up for. I'm not sure.
Well, it's a passing situation here. 3rd and 4 for Raceland at their 32. Wishbone broken, wide out to the left, and Justice to throw. He's in the pocket, and down he goes. Thomas got him back at the 15, 16-yard line. Thomas, 6'4", 227, and they couldn't stop the big boy defensively, much less offensively. And he takes him down back near the 16-yard line. A big loss on the play for Justice. And that's what Bill Tom Ross was afraid of, was the pass rush by Ashland. His little people up front can't keep the Ashland big boys out of the backfield. A loss on the play from the 33-yard line back to the 17, a loss of 16 yards. And brings up a punting situation, obviously, with Bostic to punt. He's standing at his 5. Robinson standing in double safety along with Kuntz, and Robinson's going to let it hit. It takes a big roll. Now Kuntz will pick it up at his 39 across the 40, and he'll get ripped at about the 43, 44-yard line, and that's where Ashland will start. Bostic got a pretty good punt. Off 34, 44, about 46 yards. And Ashland takes over for the first time offensively, but leading 7-0 with 7:04 left to go in the first quarter. The Tomcats will set them offensively. David Brown will be your quarterback. The running backs, the halfbacks are Hutt and Thomas. The fullback is Johnson in the wishbone. And the wideout will be Wheeler. Normally it'll be Wheeler, and that's who comes to the near sideline. Matt Wheeler, a 5'11 junior. The end is tight on the left side. That's Bobby Lemaster. We'll check the offensive line in a moment. Wishbone tight. 1st and 10 Ashland at their 44. Give us to Johnson. He powers up across the 45 up near the 47. 48-yard line comes Charlie Johnson. The offense, Jay Hale will be the center. Stuart Hackworth and Tyler Huffman the guards. Jimmy Bentine and McRae Mann are the tackles. And as we told you, LeMaster will be the tight end. The messenger system Vic Marsh is using the wideouts again. Wheeler comes out of the lineup. And going in for the Tomcats is Kuntz, number 24, 5'6", sophomore. As Johnson picked up 3, it'll be 2nd and 7. Brown, the senior quarterback, hands under. Johnson, Hutt, Thomas in the wishbone. Brown fumbles it and eats it back at the 43. Brown a little bit slow getting off the football, I thought.
Well, Dickie, too, and this is a opening football game. You're going to have these kind of fumbles. It's those who get to make the opportunity and make the big play, which Ashland did, scored on the touchdown. I'd say there'll be a few more fumbles before the evening's over.
A loss on the play of the 3 they had before. It's now 3rd and 10 for the Tomcats at their 45. Again, Johnson, Thomas, and Hutt in the wishbone. Wide to the left side, Kuntz. Tight end is Scott Marsh. Here's the pitch back to Hutt, trying to cut it up outside. He's got the first down at the 50, 40. He may go at the 35, 30. He fumbles the football. It's loose, and the Tomcats appear to have it at the 25-yard line of Raceland. Hutt fumbled it at about the 30, and coming off the bottom of the pile for the Tomcats looks to be Stuart Hackworth. Nope, it's Tyler Huffman, number 68, who recovered the Hutt fumble, and a Tomcat first down.
Dickie, that was good hustle by Ashland. Hutt fumbled the football, but they had Ashland players going down the field trying to get down to make some blocks, and they were right in their position to make the recovery.
1st and 10 for the Tomcats. They're threatening now at the Raceland 25-yard line, leading 7-0. Wide out to the near side, Kuntz, the wishbone tight. Here's Brown, give it to Thomas off the left side. He pounds for 4, 5, maybe 6 inside the 20 to about the 19-yard line. Juan Thomas, 6'4", 228 in the senior. 14th on the all-time receiving list, 22nd in scoring, and 26th in rushing. All-time Tomcat football history. He picks up 6. We'll call it 2nd and 4. Thomas was shut down well, though, by Belfry in that last playoff game, or the first playoff game. Gained only 60 yards after having 8 straight 100-yard games. Wishbone tight. Brown to Johnson. He pounds for 5, and the first down inside the 10-yard line. Or inside the 15, I'm sorry, to about the 14-yard line goes Charlie Johnson. Johnson is trimmed down, as Vic Marsh heard, as you heard in the pregame show. He's lost about 15 pounds. 5'11", 227 pounds. Reminds you, I guess this backfield reminds you, Herb, of that 67 ball club.
Les Lyons, Paul Hill, Johnny Rejunas, Robbie Keaton, Tony Mulvaney. There's an excellent group there.
Big boys. Wishbone tight. Wide out to the near side is Wheeler. Here's Thomas off the right side. Breaks a tackle, but doesn't get much. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Good tackle in there by McCoy for Raceland, along with 56, Mike Daniels.
Timeout, Bill Tom Ross.
And they want the timeout. It comes at the 4:21 mark of the first quarter. Our score is Ashland 7, Raceland nothing. This is Tomcat football on WCMI.
Oh, no. What is it, Julie? Brad, the checking account. What about it? I was just balancing the checkbook, and we're overdrawn. And payday isn't until Friday.
Relax.
Relax? We're overdrawn at the bank, and you say relax?
We're covered. Third National Bank's line of credit protects us from overdraft.
But we just have Third National Bank's basic checking account, and we're not big customers.
Julie, Third National Bank's basic checking account is a lot more than that book of checks you have there.
Oh, like what?
Well, besides the line of credit, we also have the Quest card, the largest 24-hour teller network in Kentucky.
All of that from a checking account?
Sure. That's why we opened our checking account at Third National Bank in the first place.
Third National Bank understands your financial needs, and we're here to help. Third National Bank of Ashland, member FDIC.
Brad, since we're not really overdrawn at the bank, I was wondering about that trip to the beach.
Julie, let's not push it.
Oh.
Not check.
Back at Putnam Stadium, where the Ashland Tomcats lead the Raceland Rams 7-0. The Tomcats driving. They've got a 2nd and 10. At the Raceland 14-yard line, we'll call it. Wishbone is tight. Wide out to the right is Kuntz. Pitch back to Thomas, trying to cut it up outside, and they got him in the backfield. Thompson, number 26, along with McCoy again. And they've got Juan Thomas's number right now. And Thomas's lose about 3 on the play, and they'll bring 3rd down and long for the Tomcats.
Dickie, I'd say that Coach Ross has probably taken a lot of his calls and his defensive formations and everything going into where Juan is lined up, and then when he moves and goes in another direction, it'll end up in that type of alignment.
Third down and long, about 13 for the Tomcats at their 17. Wide to the near side. Wheeler, wishbone tight. Here's Brown, mix up in the backfield. He's looking for the master. He's got him inside the 10-yard line, 6'8", 240, and finally brought down at about the 6 or 7. Not enough for the first down. Bobby LeMaster, he's a big, big target, 6'8", 240 pounds. He took it right in and takes it inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line. It'll be 4th down and about 3, and Raceland again calls timeout. With 3:30 left to go in the first quarter, it's Ashland 7 and Raceland nothing. This is Tomcat football on WCMI.
And enjoy the quiet, cool comfort of a quality-built Amana room air conditioner. Choose from a full line of air conditioners that are enjoyable to own and a breeze to afford. The price is right, and the time will never be better for you to own an Amana room air conditioner. Discover quality cooling at a comfortable price. Look for Amana room air conditioner savings at your nearest Amana dealer. Distributed by Mid-America Distributors, your full-line Amana distributor. Call them at 329-9117 for your nearest Amana dealer.
The Putnam Agency means insurance. Here's why. Professionals. For business, commercial, and industry, insurance protection is more than writing a policy. It requires a special knowledge of the specific business or industry. The Putnam Agency has a staff of professionals who know and understand your needs, from coal to contracting, trucking, schools, churches, and business. The Putnam Agency professionals are here to help. Now, more than ever, the Putnam Agency means insurance. The Putnam Agency, City Center, 16th and Winchester Avenue, Ashland, 329-2200.
Well, as the Tomcats break huddle, it's 4th down and 3 for the Cats at the Raceland 7. Wide out to the right side. Wishbone is tight. Here's Brown going to leave it off to Thomas. He bangs forward inside the 5. Oh, I'm sorry. Scott Marsh has the football, and he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. What happened there? I didn't see it.
It looks like it's the end around.
Mm-hmm. Well, it didn't work. Not even close. Scott Marsh on the end around has to eat it for no gain. And Raceland's defense is held. I thought Juan Thomas had the football, and he had the first down inside the 5 at about the 4. But Raceland didn't go for the decoy. They went for Scott Marsh, and he got bombed for no gain, and Raceland takes over. That's a big, big defensive play for the Rams. They have held.
It was good defensive play for him. Maybe give him some confident booster there, Dickie, because I'm sure they were getting a little down after that quick score.
1st and 10, Raceland starts deep in their own territory at their 7-yard line. Justice looks, going to give it to the first man through. Again, McCoy, the fullback, gets a call, and he didn't get much of anything. Turning inside the 3-minute mark of the first quarter, Ashland leading 7-0. As McCoy, they mark him right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Raceland now at their own 7-yard line. 2:45 left to go. Rams need to get out of this hole. Fletcher and Davidson are the tight end, are the ends, and they are tight. Again, it's McCoy, Thompson, and Bostic in the wishbone. Behind Justice. Now they come out of the wishbone and go into a split wishbone with a wing on the right side. Here's give to Newman, who's checked into the game, number 22, and he got back to the line of scrimmage. Might have fallen forward for a yard. Newman playing the left halfback in place of Bostic. Got a yard up to the 8.
Stuart Hackworth, the inside linebacker, Dickey, made a real good read and then came out and made a fine tackle.
Raceland 0 for 2 in 3rd down conversion tries. Now has a 3rd down and 9 at their own 8-yard line as Justice brings them on the line of scrimmage. He's got the wishbone tight. Quick pitch. Here's Newman trying to get it up outside across the 10 up near the 13-14. And Stuart Hackworth, along with Dwight Walters, brings him down. Bentine was also there. So he didn't get enough for the first down. Got him out of the hole a little bit. And enough to send Bostic into the game for his 2nd punt of the evening. That's a pickup on a play of about 6. 4th down for Raceland and 3 at their own 14-yard line. Clock rolling. We're at 1:29 of the first quarter. Ashland leading 7-0. And Bostic into punt. He's punted once tonight for 46 yards. Back in double safety, Kuntz and Robinson at the Raceland 45. The Rams shift, trying to draw Ashland off sides. Doesn't work. Here's the snap. A good one. Ashland coming hard. Doesn't get it. The punt straight up. Bostic heads it for the out of bounds. It'll go out of bounds at about the Raceland 44-yard line. So the Tomcats are going to get good field position on a 30-yard punt by Mr. Bostic. The Tomcats will take over 1st and 10 At the Raceland, well, they're going to mark it now at the 43-yard line. So with 65 seconds to go in the first quarter, Ashland's got great field position. 1st and 10 at the Raceland 43, leading 7-0.
Dickie Bustic had to rush that punt. They were getting pressure by the defensive line of Ashland.
Matt Wheeler goes wide to the left side, the wide side of the field. And the wishbone, Thomas and Hutt. And the fullback is Johnson behind the senior, David Brown. Bobby Lemaster tight right side. Brown fumbles and has to fall on it right at the line of scrimmage. For David Brown, his second fumble of the night.
Dickie, I'm not sure that that's David's fault. I've got to look at it pretty close. It looked a possibility like the ball didn't get up real good.
Nevertheless, it's the Tomcats' third fumble of the night. They have recovered all 3, but nevertheless 3 fumbles. Ashland was prone to fumble a lot last year. They fumbled well over 35 times, lost 19 of them. Here's Brown going to give it a Hutt on the trap, and he gets inside the 40, down near the 39, 38-yard line. Clock rolling. We're inside 30 seconds of the first quarter. Ashland leading at 7-0 as they spot the football at the 39. That of about 4, we'll call it 3rd down and 7. Tomcats 1 of 2 in 3rd down conversion tries. We're inside 10 seconds of the quarter. They might not get to play off as they break at 6 seconds. Wide to the left side for the Tomcats goes Matt Vonderheide. Wishbone is tight, and they get it off with 1 second. Brown rolls on the option, flips to Thomas. Good flip inside the 30, 20. He breaks back, breaks a tackle down near the 16-yard line of the Tomcat first down. A beautiful flip there from David Brown, Herb.
Yes, it was. It's a good pitch, and Juan caught the ball. He used his blockers real well. He just seemed to pick up where he left off last year and moved in and picked that blocker up and read the block, cut back to the inside, and got some good yardage.
And that's the end of the first quarter with Ashland leading at 7-0 over Raceland. This is Tomcat football on WCMI.
Tradition, just like the Tomcats, the Bluegrass Grill of Ashland is a tradition. The Bluegrass has the same outstanding food that thousands have enjoyed for years. The Bluegrass invites you to come and try their all-new dinner buffet. All you care to eat Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 4 to 9 for just $4.99. From the dinner bar to lunch to the outstanding breakfast bar, it's the Bluegrass.
The Bluegrass is the family place to eat.
Enjoy the finest eating at the Bluegrass Grill, 35th and Winchester Avenue in Ashland. Another success story from Armco. Recently, the Armco Steel Company was named as one of the steel suppliers for the new General Motors Chevrolet Cavalier and Pontiac Sunbird cars, the J-Cars. The new cars will debut in the next few years, totally redesigned. The Armco team was formed, and the emphasis now is on focusing technical assistance with the cars' designs. With the addition of the new partnership with General Motors J-Cars and the Saturn cars make Armco the steel supplier. Armco, America's steel maker.
Back at Putnam Stadium as we start the second 12 minutes of play. Ashland leading at 7-0 over Raceland. The Tomcats have it 1st and 10 at the Raceland 17-yard line after the 22-yard pickup by Juan Thomas. Ashland in that first quarter gained 69 yards on the ground and 7 through the air. Raceland 7 on the ground and none through the air. They did not attempt to pass. That kind of surprises me, Herb, that Raceland didn't attempt to pass there. And that, of course, the one time he tried, he got sacked. But
well, he's been backed up so much, Dickie, and being behind 6, I don't think Bill Tom thinks if he gets another down, I don't think he, I don't believe Raceland will be able to come back. I don't think Raceland's going to be able to put over 14 points on the board.
I think you're right. Wishbone is tight. Wide out to the right side goes Wheeler, and there's a whistle. Why? I don't know why.
Get him started.
Tied in on the left side is Lemaster. Here's Brown. Going to give it to Charlie Johnson. The big bull back. Bulls his way. Breaking tackle to the 10-5. He's inside the 5 to the 4-yard line before Fletcher finally brings him down. Charlie Johnson was not going to be denied. And they can't stop that big fella as he just bowled over people for a 13-yard pickup and another Tomcat first down.
Dickie, once Ashland's offense gets going with, and then Charlie picking up momentum each ball game, getting more comfortable back there along with Juan, they could be awesome.
Yeah, very. 1st and goal for the Tomcats at the Raceland 4. Wishbone is tight, wide to the left side, Wheeler. Here's the give to Johnson, the bullback, and he didn't get anything. They rack him up at the line of scrimmage as they submarine him for no gain. 2nd and goal for Ashland at the Raceland 4-yard line. Johnson 4 carries, 21 yards. Thomas 4 for 25. Hutt 2 for 34. Marsh out of the Tomcat lineup at the tight end slot, and going in at the tight end is 42 Travis Todd. Wide to the near side, Wheeler, the short side of the field. Wishbone tight, second and goal from the 4. Brown going to flip it out to Thomas. He'll go in untouched. 4-yard touchdown run by Juan Thomas. Wasn't even close, and Ashland bolted out to a 13-0 lead
Dickie?
with 11:06 to go.
If it seems quiet down here, you know, normally after the Tomcats score a touchdown, you hear the ROTC, the Blazer Blaster. But it was stolen during the spring from here at the stadium, and it cannot be replaced. In case you're in
Well, it could be replaced. It's just too expensive to replace.
Yeah. So anyway, sets the stage for this kick by Clayton Hill. Brown will hold the snap, and the kick by Hill is up. No good, I don't think.
Missed it.
Off to the left, and with 11 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the first half, it's Ashland 13 and Raceland 0. Back in a few moments on WCMI.
Ready for the ensuing kickoff. Charlie Johnson gets it off. It's high and deep, and Fletcher will field it on the left at his 10, across the 15, cuts back to his left, across the 20. He's got some room. 30, 35. He cuts back to his right at the 40, and he's got clear sailing. Oh, they got him from behind at the 43. Bentine might have been.
No, I think it's
touchdown
14
saving tackle.
looked like Hutt. Looked like Hutt.
I thought it was Bentine,
No,
74.
It's 14.
All right. Nevertheless, a great run back by Fletcher, and Raceland's got their best field position of the night as the Rams will start first and 10 at their own 43-yard line. Trailing, though, 13-0. We're at the 10:55 mark of the first half. Wishbone is broken now as wideouts come to the near side. It's Fletcher and Newman. Bostic and Thompson are in the backfield. Bostic gets a call, and he's got big yardage across the 45 up near the 47, 48-yard line. Comes Matt Bostic on only his second carry of the night. Bostic picks up good yardage, about 6. Second down and 4 for Raceland at their own 49-yard line. Yeah, they're not out of it. Rams can score and score quickly. Wide to the left side goes Fletcher, Wishbone tight now. Bishop is the fullback. Thompson and Bostic are the halfbacks. Here's Justice, spins, second man through. That's Thompson trying to cut it up outside. He breaks a tackle at the 50, first down at the 45 of Ashland, and out of bounds inside the 45 at about the 44-yard line. Nice run by Thompson, and the Rams pick up their second first down of the night.
Dickie, really, it's first opportunity that Raceland's had where they have had real good field position. Now, when they started the game, it looked like on about the 27, 30-yard line around in that area.
Right.
They started off at that time with pretty good field position, but the beginning of the ball game, and you can't loosen up too much right at the first 2 or 3 plays.
First and 10 for Raceland at the Ashland 44. Wishbone again tight. Wide to the left side goes Fletcher. Justice hands under. He goes on the end around. Here's Fletcher going to come to the near side. He breaks inside the 40, gets a couple of yards to the 43-yard line. Ashland turned it back in and smothered him at about the 43-yard line.
Ashland defense swarmed him that time, Dickie. Good pursuit, and they kept those lanes filled all the way and just closed in on him.
Pickup of 2. It'll be second and 8 for Raceland now at the Ashland 43-yard line. The Tomcats substituting freely. It's a hot, humid night here at Putnam Stadium. 9:40 left to go in the first half. Ashland up 13-0. Fletcher goes wide left. Again, it's Bishop, the fullback. Bostic and Stewart is now in the ball game. It's either Stewart or Newman. I can't tell. It's Stewart, 32. He gets the call and got a yard to about the 42 as Bentine and Thomas were there to knock him down. It'll be third down for Raceland. They're 0 of 3 in third down conversions, and they'll have a third and about 7 at the Ashland 42-yard line. Bishop's first carry of the night goes for a yard. to the near side comes Fletcher and Stewart. In the backfield, Bishop and Bostic. Behind Justice to throw. No, he's going to, yeah, he is to throw. He's looking for the screen to the near side. He's got Bishop at the 45. He's wrapped up by Hutt at the 44. Great tackle by Chris Hutt. Boy, he read that one well. Shook the blocker off and got to his man.
Sure did, Dickie. He played it real well. He read it, first of all, he read the screen real well. Then he went out and fought the blocker off, made a good defensive play.
Loss of 2 on the play. It'll be 4th down for Raceland and about 10 at the Ashland 44. We're at the 8.5-minute mark of the first half. Ashland leading at 13-0. Hi, boys. 4th and 10 for Raceland, and looks to be a punting situation as Bostic will punt it for the 3rd time tonight. He's had punts at 46 and 30. Double safety Kuntz and Robinson. He gets it off. It's a dandy spiral. They're going to let it hit inside the 5 and go into the end zone for the touchback. And a 44-yarder by Bostic, and Ashland will bring it out to the 20. The Tomcats will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20, leading at 13-0 with 8:06 left to go in the first half. Only the 3rd series the Tomcats have run offensively. The defense has scored once, the offense once. David Brown again will be your quarterback. The wideout is Wheeler. Wide to the right side goes Wheeler. Wishbone is tight. It's Thomas, Johnson, and Hutt. Pitch back to Thomas. Thomas got it across the 20. Still on his feet at the 25. They can't bring him down. He's at the 30. 32-yard line, and they finally ride him down after a 12-yard pickup, and he was carrying him on his back the last 6-7 yards.
Sure was, Dick. Yeah, of course, Juan did that quite often last year, and now it seems like he's just picking up. The last couple times he's ran the ball, he seems to be running with more authority.
1st and 10 for the Tomcats. They get the pickup to the 32. LeMaster out of the Tomcat lineup. Going in at the tight end is Marsh, the sophomore, and son of the coach. Wishbone is tight. Wheeler wide to the left. Here's a give. Hutt gets it outside, and he's get wrapped up. No gain. Looked like he might have been able to turn it up outside, but he couldn't get there, and it's no gain at the line of scrimmage.
It looked like the counter, looked like they faked the ball up to Charlie Johnson, took Juan around for the option and encountered back with Hutt, which is a very good play when you've ran a touchdown, scored a touchdown with Juan on the option, and then Charlie's ran the ball up inside and got some good yardage. So I think that's going to be a very effective play for him before the year's out.
2nd and 10 for Ashland at their 32. Wide to the left side, Kuntz, the sophomore. Here is Brown to throw. He's out of the pocket, running for his life. He gets away from one, but brought down about the 35-yard line after a pickup of about 3. The pass blocking just collapsed on him, and he was running for his life and managed to pick up about 3 yards. Up to the 35-yard line, it'll be 3rd down and 7. The Tomcats 1 of 3 in 3rd down conversions. Wide to the right side goes little 5'6" Mitchell Kuntz. He's a little guy. Wide to the right, the wide side. Wishbone tight. Here's Brown on the option. Flips it to Thomas, and here he goes. 35. He breaks a tackle and wrapped up at about the 39-yard line. Not going to be enough for the first down.
Young man played that real well over in the corner for Raceland. He read it and stayed there at home, come up, fought the blocker off, and made a good tackle on one.
He picks up about 3 up near the 38-yard line. It'll be 4th down for the Tomcats in a punting situation for the first time tonight. Thomas now 7 carries for 44 yards, well on his way to 100. 6 minutes to go in the first half. Ashland leading at 13-0. And Thomas, who's had a great preseason punting, and we'll get to see him here. He averaged 32 yards per boot last year. Let's see what he can do now. Single safety Fletcher at his 25. Good snap. Thomas up. And holy mackerel, high and deep Fletcher fields and takes the fair catch at about his 28, 29-yard line. Not real long, but he really got it high, enabling his defenders to get there, and that's what it's all about as they spotted at the 29.
Dickie, he's so powerful and got such a strong leg. He really had a bad punt, and the ball was more like a knuckleball, but he's so strong. He punted, what, about 34 yards in that. If he had ever hit one good, he's very capable of putting it 60 yards in the air.
No doubt. Raceland takes over 1st and 10 at their 29, trailing 13-0. 5.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Wishbone is tight now. We've got Stewart in the backfield, along with Justice, of course, the quarterback, double tight ends. McCoy's the fullback, and Newman also back there. Here's Justice, gives to McCoy, the fullback. He gets across the 30, Just straight ahead running to about the 32, 33-yard line. Not a lot of running room there for him. And they'll spot it at the 33, a pickup.
Dickie looks like Suma going in to tackle for McCray.
Man.
Yeah, 71 here.
Yeah, 71's man.
Yeah, man.
Second down and 7 for Raceland, just shy of their 33. Wishbone is tight, and we got double tight ends, and now we got the unbalanced line to the left side. Is that right, Herb?
Yes.
Here's Justice going to give on a counter play, and that's Stewart, and he got nothing. They rack him up the line of scrimmage, going to that strong side for no gain. Unbalanced line to the left side that time.
I think, they went to unbalance. Ashland recognized it real quickly. It looks like they moved real good. I think Coach Ross is wanting to do the same thing, but come back to that short side.
Thomas off the field right now. Was the last play, one of the few times you'll probably see him off the field. He's getting a water break over here in front of you guys.
He's a man among boys.
Still unbalanced line to the left, Dickie, like you saw a few seconds ago.
3rd and 7 for Raceland. They're all 4 and 3rd down conversion. Wishbone is tight. Here's Justice rolling right. He's going to give it to the short side and a fumble in there by Newman. Tomcats have it at the 33. Newman fumbled a football, and off the bottom of the pile for the Cats might have been Suman, number 57. It was.
It was.
So the Tomcats get their second fumble recovery of the night, and the Raceland drive is stalled, and they turn it over to the Tomcats at their own 33, and Ashland's got, again, great field position with 4 minutes to go in the half, and a chance to blow this thing wide open. Ashland leading 13-0. They're at the Raceland 33, 1st and 10, time called. We've got an equipment problem. Matt Bostic having problems with his headgear. John Kelly is now in at a wideout. He'll come wide to the near side. And we've got, let's see here, who we got? Suman's going to remain in offensively. And now Vonderheide goes in. McRae-Mann's going to get a break. Suman's going to move to a tackle spot. McMahon's going to get a break. Kelly will now come out, and Vonderheide will be the wideout. He'll come to the near side, the short side of the field. Johnson, Thomas, and Hutt tighten the wishbone. 1st and 10, Raceland 33. Johnson, no, Brown's going to keep it on the option, turn it downfield. Get not much, a couple of yards, maybe near the 31-yard line. Clock rolling, 3.5 minutes left to go.
Dickie, I'm glad to see they're running the option, because the only way you're going to make that thing work, you got to run it and run it and run it, run your, the fullback, your counters, and run that option. If you're going to be a good option football team, you have to run the option.
I agree. A gain of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8 for Ashland at the Raceland 31. Tomcats have all 3 of their timeouts left with the 3:10 mark of the half.